Right now at 5, no snow, no work. While some may be happy with the warmer temperatures this month, that's not the case for those who rely on snow for a paycheck. Plus, minimum wage rising next week. Millions of workers will get paid more, including those right here in Illinois.
It's really nice to get kids back out during the winter.
And mixing some fun and some learning during schools out at Lockwood Park.
Live from WTVO 17, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Tom Lewis. Mimi and Eric are off tonight. No snow might be a relief for some, but for those whose livelihood depends on the flakes falling, it can be a difficult time. Drea Baroni talked with one local snowplow operator. Drea, what did he have to say?
Yeah, Tom, this lack of snow is really starting to take a toll on some local plowers financially. I talked with the owner of S&J Seal Coating and Snow Plowing on how they're holding up during this warm winter.
With us, the type of work we do, it's seasonal. So when it comes to winter, we count on snow, and unfortunately, we haven't had any yet.
While some may love the warm winter, others depend on the cold to make money.
Because the bills don't stop coming in. You still got the bills coming in, but no income coming in.
Steve Eisman, owner of S&J Seal Coating and Snow Plowing, says he needs flakes to start falling to get him out of financial crisis.
It's rough, and this year it's even been rougher. I mean, you got employees that count on, to be out plowing and making money. They're on unemployment right now, and then they come in and they plow. But even with right now, I mean, it's hurting us financially big time.
38 snowplow trucks sit in the S&J parking lot just waiting to be used.
We go out there and start them up, a couple times a week to keep them starting, but nothing's ran out. We ain't been out yet at all. You got to think your insurance. You're paying insurance on all these trucks, which each truck's about $100 a month. So that's $3,800 a month worth of insurance you're paying on these trucks, and it adds up. And then you get it all ready. You're ready to go, and Mother Nature don't drop any snow to us.
So far, Steve's company has only been able to salt 2 times this year. He's counting on more jobs in the future, with the temperatures dipping in the coming days.
I mean, that's a little something. It don't pay the bills, but at least it's a little income coming in. I'm just hoping we get a few big storms this year. My employees are hoping it. Mother Nature, I don't know what's up with her, but whether she's not right now.
Steve says he plans to start spring and fall cleanup programs to make up for the loss with these snowless winters. Tom?
All right, Drea, thanks for that update. The Illinois Department of Human Services providing hotel spaces and transportation for migrants at the request of the city of Chicago. The state is making about 30 hotels available for about 200 migrants. It's in response to the recent influx of asylum seeker arrivals from Texas a few weeks ago. A former CVS in Chicago currently undergoing construction to become a more permanent shelter. Funding comes from the additional $160 million that Governor Pritzker announced last month to address the ongoing humanitarian crisis. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and the Homeland Security Secretary met with Mexico's president today. This regarding the unprecedented migration in the Western Hemisphere and how to slow that influx. Most migrants are passing through Mexico from Central America and Venezuela. The U.S. reports 250,000 migrant encounters at the border in the month of December alone. Last week, President Joe Biden spoke by phone with Mexico's president.
The two leaders agreed that additional enforcement actions are urgently needed so that key ports of entry can be reopened across our shared border.
The United States asking Mexico to do more to block migrants at its border with Guatemala or make it more difficult to move across Mexico by train. Large group of House Republicans planning a trip to visit the southern border next week. Your chance of developing long COVID increases every time you're infected by that virus. That's according to a new study from the VA. Researchers followed thousands of U.S. veterans and found those who were reinfected by COVID were more likely to develop long-term symptoms. Another study out of Canada pointed to a similar conclusion. Researchers say this shows the importance of vaccines preventing serious infections. 22 states are going to raise their minimum wage in 2024, and that includes here in Illinois. January 1st, workers in Illinois will make at least $14 per hour. Tipped workers will go to $8.40, and those under 18 will get $12 per hour. Minimum wage going up by just 35 cents in Ohio, $2 in Hawaii, and about $1 in New York. California, though, the wage will go up by 50 cents on January 1st. But then in April, fast food workers will see a far more substantial raise of $4 per hour.
557,000 people at 30,000 locations. This is a big deal. $20 an hour. 80% of the workforce in these fast food places, 80% are people of color. Two-thirds are women.
20 states still at the federal minimum wage, which has been $7.25 an hour since 2009, and that includes Wisconsin. Some local kids spend the day playing and learning. Lockwood Park held the first of its School's Day Out today. Kids got to do winter-related crafts. They got to meet all the animals at the farm, including the horses and the cows. They also went on a hike and then came back for a movie and hot chocolate to warm up.
One of the great aspects of this program is that kids can learn about farm life and where their food comes from, where products come from that they use every day. They don't just come from the store. They come from a farm, and they can learn different things that they can do when they grow up.
The School Day Out continues tomorrow as well as January 3rd and 4th. If you plan to celebrate on New Year's Eve, the Winnebago County Sheriff's Office and LaMonica Beverage will help you do so safely. Safe Ride Home is back this weekend. Deputies will give you a ride home from a bar or a friend's house to a house in Winnebago County. Those rides extend to Boone County if you're at the casino. Hard Rock Casino Rockford will have deputies on site to get you home. You can call for a ride starting at 9 p.m. Sunday night until 4 a.m. on New Year's Day. You just need to call the non-emergency number on your screen. This is the last week for Rockford's Festival of Lights. The holiday tradition at Sinisippi Park will then be lit up through Sunday. New Year's Eve is the last day to check out the lights there. But if you have a bit more time to see the lights across the street, All Aglow is lit up every night from dusk to dawn at Nicholas Conservatory through January 7th. Both attractions are free, but donations are accepted. The race for the White House heats up in 2024, coming up with just weeks to go until the first primary. We'll take a look at the state of the Republican presidential race. And coming up at 6, local counties are counting on you for the primary, how to become an election judge, and what you need to do to get involved. Candace.
Our above average warmth continues for another day as temperatures climbed into the low 40s this afternoon, but we see a brief return of at least some wintry weather throughout Thursday morning and afternoon. A look at where we could see some snow accumulations coming up in the first warn forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Comedian Tom Smothers, one half of the legendary Smothers Brothers comedy team, has passed away. He passed away peacefully yesterday following a recent battle with cancer. Dick Smothers called Tom not only the loving older brother that everyone would want in their life, but a one-of-a-kind creative partner. Smothers was 86 years old. We're just weeks away from the first presidential primary contest, and former President Donald Trump still dominating the Republican field. As his legal challenges continue to present problems, the other candidates are fighting to gain ground. Washington, D.C. correspondent Hannah Brandt breaks down the state of the race.
The countdown to Iowa caucuses is on, with less than 3 weeks until Republican candidates face that first contest.
We're going to win the Iowa caucuses, and then we're going to crush crooked Joe Biden next November.
Politics professor Todd Belt says Iowa will reveal how dominant former President Trump is.
Donald Trump is far and away the leader here, and anything less than a 50% showing could show some cracks in his lead.
Trump also faces legal challenges. The Michigan Supreme Court just ruled he could stay on the ballot, but the Colorado Supreme Court recently decided to kick him off. The U.S. Supreme Court will likely take up the case soon, and Belt expects they'll rule in favor of Trump.
The court is very loath to try to involve itself in political processes as they are working themselves through.
With Trump far ahead in the polls, his Republican rivals are desperately trying to gain ground.
Ron DeSantis' campaign has been in a real state of flux.
Vivek Ramaswamy just canceled all of his TV ads, leading to questions about his campaign's future.
It could mean that he's just losing steam and doesn't want to put the money into it again.
But Belt sees former Governor Nikki Haley as the one to watch, arguing she has a real chance in the primaries.
If she can make the case that, number one, she's the real alternative to Donald Trump, and number two, she might be more electable than Donald Trump.
And that's exactly what she's telling voters.
I'm in every one of those general election polls. and I defeat Biden by double digits.
In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.
Well, it's finally starting to feel more like winter coming up. Meteorologist Candace King tracking a wintry mix that's moving into the state line, when it could hit, and how much we could get.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
We had a little sunshine out there earlier this afternoon and still some light on the horizon. Nice to see here at 5:15, but we are still dealing with some cloud cover, and our skies will stay mostly cloudy as we go through the night tonight. Now, even though it wasn't a full sunny day, it was still nice to see some sun because the last 6 days have recorded cloudy skies, and within that time, each day for the most part has either had fog, drizzle, or rain. Our last steady rain coming down on Christmas Day when we had over half an inch of rain come down, one of our rainiest Christmases here on record. Now, we are going to stay dry through most of the night tonight, but a return of some rain and even some snow can be expected tomorrow morning and throughout the afternoon, with some minor snow accumulations during that time. All of this in response to a slow-moving low-pressure system, where the center of that low now moving south of St. Louis. This will work through southern Illinois tonight, but a weaker low pressure system currently over Michigan will rotate to the west over Lake Michigan through Wisconsin and then down through Illinois during the day tomorrow. And that's where our rain snow mix comes to play. Now, this is a pretty large low pressure system when you look at here, even though it's kind of in its weakening phase compared to where it was just the last couple of days, still impacts with the rain up along the east coast and then that rain snow mix down to the south, and then still some rain snow showers back across the central and northern plains. So temperatures will drop back closer to where we should be here these next couple of days, but we also get a return of that wintry weather. Light snow mixing in with some rain expected on Thursday and some minor snow accumulations, mostly on grassy and elevated surfaces. We've just been too warm to really see much of that accumulate on like main roads and things like that, but the roads will be wet tomorrow, so there could still be some isolated slick spots throughout the morning and afternoon. So let's time this out here as we go through tonight and then into tomorrow. Temperatures will drop down into the low 30s tonight, so we are below freezing to start tomorrow. Could see a couple of flurries mixed in with some rain showers tomorrow morning through sunrise, but I think the primary precipitation coming down is going to be some light snow. Once we get into the mid to late morning hours tomorrow, that'll mix in some spots with some rain showers, so we'll continue with that rain snow mix throughout tomorrow afternoon. The intensity of that will taper off through the evening, but we'll still hang on to some light precipitation through early Friday before drier air comes in Friday afternoon, and that'll help kind of clear out our skies, but not until the time we get into Friday evening. Temperatures will also be a little cooler as a result of that as the wind continues from the northwest. So when we look at accumulation potential, again, this is going to be mostly on elevated and grassy surfaces. Could see up to about an inch or so on some locations, a trace to maybe a few tenths of an inch, I think, east of a line from Janesville to Rockford to Rochelle. You get west of that, you may get up to an inch, and maybe just a little more for areas northwest of that, kind of as that lighter snow may have a potential to last a little longer into the afternoon tomorrow. 39 our temperature in Rockford, Rochelle, 37 also in Freeport. Our weather watcher Terry in Genoa, 39 degrees, dew point at 33, northeasterly wind now at about 12 miles per hour. So temperatures tonight will drop down to 30. We've got a mostly cloudy sky. Look for a couple of snow flurries to move in through the overnight hours into tomorrow, mixing with some of those rain showers. It will be a little breezy with the northwesterly wind, gusts around 20 miles per hour. We're at 40 on Friday. Saturday, we'll drop the numbers just a bit. Next chance for some snow may come in on Sunday, mostly to the east of us, and then we'll see temperatures stay in the 30s into the new year.
All right, could be a messy day tomorrow. Thanks, Candace. Scott is in next with sports. Ice Hogs will lace up their skates tonight to face a division rival at the BMO. And we'll learn why a coin flip mix-up will keep one key player off the field this weekend.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
The Ice Hogs will be back on the ice tonight for the first time in 5 days. They will host the Grand Rapids Griffins at the BMO, a Central Division matchup. The Griffins are in 6th place in the division at the moment. The Ice Hogs are in 4th place. The Hogs are coming off an overtime win last Friday in San Diego. Tonight, the Hogs will revert to the Screw City Hogs again, wearing their Screw City jerseys. The puck will drop at 7:05. The Blackhawks will also be in action tonight. They'll host the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets have the third best scoring defense in the NHL. The Bulls are still raving about the job Andre Drummond did last night at the United Center. In their win over the Hawks, he scored 24 points and he had 25 rebounds. He's the first Bulls player to top 20 points and 20 rebounds in a game since Ben Wallace did it in 2006. He is the 8th player in Bulls history to grab 25 rebounds in a game. Drummond was making his first start of the season because Nikola Vucevic was sidelined with a strained groin. Drummond says he just stays ready to step up whenever he's called on.
Staying ready. I'm coming each and every day prepared. Whenever my number is called, any opportunity, I just try to seize it. My mentality is that I'm not a backup. I still believe I'm a starter in this league. But the position I'm in now, I take it and play to the best of my ability.
And the Packers won't have Jair Alexander on the field Sunday against the Vikings. They have suspended him for one game over a coin toss mix-up last Sunday in Charlotte. First, Alexander went to midfield for the pregame toss with the captains when he wasn't supposed to. He did it because the game was in his hometown of Charlotte. And second, when the coin was in the air, he called tails and won the toss, but instead of telling the official the Packers wanted to defer their choice to the second half, he said the Packers wanted to start on defense. Now, that could have given the Panthers the ball at the start of both halves. Fortunately for the Packers, Matt LaFleur had told the officials before the coin toss that if the Packers won it, they would defer their choice to the second half. So that's what happened. But Alexander will still pay the price for his mistake. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Well, Candace, we saw the report from Dre about the snowplow operators hurting this season.
Yeah.
We haven't had much snow.
No, in fact, we really haven't recorded much. Under an inch, only 9/10 of an inch of snow so far for December.
That doesn't cut it.
No, it really doesn't. Now, this is pretty typical during El Nino years. Sometimes some years we've made up a little bit for it in January and really kind of in February too. January has kind of also had below average as far as snowfall.
We saw that last
year. Yeah, exactly. And kind of, the last El Nino year that we've had as well. Now, tomorrow we are going to see some snow. So there are going to be some accumulations kind of on grassy and elevated surfaces and then some wet pavement too. So some patchy slick spots will be possible. 38 tomorrow, 40s Friday and Saturday.
A little taste of winter. Thank you, Candace. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for joining us.